Your agents they don't need to be static. They are never going to be static. You need to improve them constantly, and you need to monitor them. And that's the only way you have it.
Yes.
So why do we expect that this is perfect? Shouldn't be.
The discussion kind of goes back to accountability. There has to be some level of accountability measures that have to be put in, right? Someone has to be accountable. Someone's ass has to be online.
Remember that picture that we put together, like, I don't know, 6 months ago. We're just having Solas as our kind of our nervous system there, and then putting AI on top, and we're like, is it possible to do this?
We have, of course, it connected to every single event and every single flow that we have in our company for integration, business monitoring,
Yeah.
checking every single order that is happening and correlating and so on. So it's nice. And we are experimenting constantly on new ideas, speaking about evals, and you just pick those ideas on how can you maybe improve the efficiency of your SQL statement that you do through the LLM. Simple ideas, you just plug them together and then you see massive boost on what we do. And again, it's what I like about working with AI is that it's just all about ideas. And then all of a sudden one idea sparks another one and another one. And you just never know where you're going to go.
But this is something different from what we hear outside. Those reports or posts where they say, and they keep referring to them everywhere. 95% of projects fail.
Man, don't even bother. I get so annoyed by
What's
those.
wrong with that?
That was just a clickbait, right?
The thing is that
No, but a lot of people is using that as clickbait, but also in conferences, talking everywhere.
I know. It has gone
I just
viral.
get the wrong idea out, right?
Of course, that 95.5 article has a lot of problems when it comes to methodology, right? I mean, the way it has what 100 people who got interviewed, or so 150 people got interviewed or something like that, and then they kind of made this generalized statement of 95% AI projects fail. We really need to invest in evaluations, how we monitor, because a lot of people kind of push the agent to production and then forget about it. And what happens there, engagement measures, what whether we are how the agent is doing in terms of groundedness, hallucinations, they don't really evaluate, and they don't have uh, uh, tools to evaluate it either, right? Of course it will fail because you're putting a black box out and not even seeing how that black box is performing. um, they point out on one very specific thing around self-learning LLMs. So you kind of have to have this improvement cycle going on, where if you get a feedback or you get a signal of something going wrong, you have to improve that LLM. Again, it kind of goes back to having some evaluation and then improving it, right? That feedback mechanism also has to be there, which is nowhere, which the I guess these 95% of of whatever production failed, they did not have that.
I was thinking about what you guys were saying about monitoring and having that end-to-end possibility of monitoring business events. So we got to the point in which we wanted to talk to the van providers, we wanted to talk to the LSPs, we wanted to talk to everybody to get us events, right? And then that let's say enabled us to start thinking about correlations and patterns and errors and reaction to those events. So aren't these agents just another piece of the puzzle?
So we're not only building the agent. For us, it's even more important to understand more about how do they behave in a working environment. How do they interact? How people interact with that? The engagement part. Are they coming back? What is their experience? And of course, there are going to be some people that are going to click on giving a feedback, but those will be a very minor part of the people interacting with it. We need to have something that automatically evaluate everything that is happening. Groundness, so understanding whether the agent is taking information and giving it back. Those information coming from real information. Is real data there, or is something that the agent is simply adding on top? The LLM is simply adding on top. So, and is maybe also the information at the end useful for what the user asked? Is it complete or not? So all those metrics that are very much like semantic metrics, things that are around the question and answer, evaluating this automatically and then having some metrics that you can keep on monitoring during your execution in production. This is gold. That's the only way that we have to keep improving.
If the agent is working correctly or not, you test it out, you test it out. I asked a lot of questions, given very good feedback, and we've improved it till we feel comfortable on evaluation measures that, hey, this is okay to be given to others.
For me, agents are never really done. Those are constantly evolving projects.